I would like to introduce Miss Stephanie Huffman. She is a Diamond Ambassador. And Stephanie, if you will go ahead and unmute yourself.
All right, there you go.
All right. Stephanie, tell us where you're from.
I am from Magnolia, Texas, which is a little bitty town about 50 miles northwest of Houston. So Houston area, the Woodlands, if you've heard of the Woodlands, we're just right outside of the Woodlands a little ways.
I know where that is, actually. My dad went to treatment over at MD Anderson, so kind of familiar with that area.
Okay.
Well, tell me a little bit about you and how you first found out about Plexus and became an ambassador.
I can do that. And I know this call is about me, and you're going to ask questions about me, but let me toss the ball your way a little bit here just for a second. And thank you for all of your hard work to put on such a wonderful event. My goodness, I know that this doesn't just happen, and there's been hours of planning, and we're very thankful for all of your work and giving us the opportunity to share. So thank you. Let me get my nerves calmed a little bit. So it's a little nerve-wracking.
You gotta be on my end.
Yeah, right. I can imagine.
The duck on the pond, calm on top, feet going like crazy on the bottom.
Oh my goodness! And I've got this great team that's texting me and posting on Facebook. They're cheering me on, so that makes me feel better. So anyway, a little bit about me. In March of 2012. My parents actually were told about Plexus by some friends of theirs who were taking the product and losing some weight, and they were actually old college buddies of my parents, and so my mom and dad were like, well, sure, you know, we want to try it, we need to lose some weight. So my mom, like she's done so many things before, she just jumped in with both feet and became an ambassador because she's going to get a better price, of course. And so, well, all of us, my sister, my mom and dad, we were like, well, we were all on board. We wanted to get started together, so we did that. And it was a little odd because my mom really had no clue that there was a business opportunity involved at that point. Obviously, she wasn't looking for another job or another avenue. We were going to take the product and go from there. And so, oddly enough, the next month she got a little check in the mail from Plexus and had no clue what had caused that to happen. And she had been involved in some other companies before for the same reason, to get a discount on her product. And she had never experienced that before, to receive an actual check. I mean, maybe she had purchased enough to earn a free product or something of that nature, but never actual money. So that was pretty attention grabbing. I mean, what did that mean, and where did that come from, and how did that happen? So as the months progressed through the summer of 2012, we all started having results, and we had friends and family inquiring, what are you doing? And so I would say, well, my mom can get this stuff for you, and so they would go call her, and she would order. Well, those little checks that had started to come, they were increasing, and she still, you know, wasn't quite sure how that was coming to be, and was starting to kind of get curious and trying to figure things out. And so I'll fast forward to September of that year, of 2012. That's when I was like, you know, there's something to that. And although she was kind enough to share her great savings with me as her daughter, I said, Mom, maybe if I join, I could get a couple of friends to get on board with me, and that would just offset the expense of my product even more. And so in September of 2012 is when I decided to do that. And so, wow, I already at that point had some success with the product. I guess when I started, I was wanting to get 20 pounds off. And so I had that happen in the summer of 12. I had accomplished that. And so by the time I joined, I kind of had a personal story already. And so it was easy to really launch the sharing because my friends already were aware of what was going on. So I just started delving into this company and doing some research and reading, I saturated myself with information about the product, the opportunity, and I thought there's something to this, not really understanding it all. And I just started taking in everything that I could, started posting on Facebook, and I've been asked a lot of times, what's the secret to your success and to getting to this place in your journey? And sometimes I kind of feel like silly when I'm asked that, because I don't feel like I have any deep, dark secret, really. I started posting on Facebook, and things just took off. I mean, I couldn't believe the response. And so, and I know there's people watching that they're going to say, yeah, she started posting on Facebook. It was probably a little bit annoying, they were probably sick of it. But hey, a lot of people hooked up and joined, became customers, joined, and here we are. That was 15 months ago, 16 months ago, and I am proud to say that I'm a part of this company. It's been an amazing journey, a life change for our family, and that's how we are where we are today.
Cool. Well, that is a great story. I love the fact that you have a family business going too, with mom, sisters, cousin, who all have you got going on there?
Actually, my mom, since the time that I joined, we kind of worked together. Now she's got the whole picture of how this goes and how this works, and she's growing a great organization as well. She is a Sapphire Ambassador, soon to be Diamond. I'm very hopeful of that. Then I have my sister is in this business, and her husband, actually, they're a joint team and doing very well. My sister is a senior Ruby. Soon to be Emerald. We're pushing. We want her to qualify for Maui this year. So, and her husband's doing very well. My husband is also a senior Ruby. So this has been a joint effort. We're very excited about where it's taken us. Now, my cousin, I'm sure that many of you guys listening here today, I have a cousin, Angie Thompson, who she and her husband joined my team in November of 12, and they started on the product, and I believe if I could confirm with her, she would tell us that they did not sponsor their first ambassador until February of 2013, so just almost a year ago is when they sponsored their first ambassador, and they have a thriving organization, and they're both Sapphire Ambassadors, soon to be Diamond, I'm very sure. So, and really, we had a huge Christmas. We have a huge family where Ted and Angie live. That's where my dad is from, and so we go there every year to be with my almost 90-year-old grandpa. And we have a huge family, and it was very interesting this year. We get together on the first of every year for a huge family gathering, and at that gathering, we took a picture of everybody at that gathering who were Plexus ambassadors, and I believe there were 26 ambassadors in our family represented that day, and we have all the way from silver ambassadors, gold, senior gold, every rank is being covered, and so everybody is doing something with this business, and it's prospering a lot of us, and so it's been a wonderful opportunity.
That is so cool. I love the fact that so many families are getting involved with this, not just husband and wives, but entire families. I think it's very, very cool. And I, like you, my mom and I are business partners, and I love the fact that we can work this together and have that time together with everything. So that is a neat thing.
Right. It's exciting.
It is very exciting to see your own family prosper with it. And I love your cousin's story that, she said that she had kind of put it on the back burner and was like, whatever, and then had, her great results that she's having.
Now, actually, that's Angela. You're talking about Angela. That's different than Angie and Ted. And
okay.
So right after I finished talking, Angela comes from the other side of my family. She is the first cousin on my mom's side, and she, you're right, she joined me in December of 2012, and she's told her story. She's been a Plexus Highlight, and I'm sure she's watching today. So she was a Plexus Highlight story just a couple of months ago, and she told us in that story that she joined just to be nice, be the nice cousin and participate. And so she really didn't get far with it at the beginning. In fact, she messaged me and said, you know what, I must be part of the 1% that Plexus doesn't work for. And so she said, I'm going to quit for now or whatever. And I was like, okay, just if you would just stick with it, this will work. And so she did throw in the towel for a short period of time. But after so much success and watching for so long, she got back on board a few months ago, and she is a senior gold, I believe, right now. She's doing very well, and so now we're spreading to that side of the family as well. It's very exciting. So.
Well, cool. Now, tell me, I know your mom is your immediate upline. Who is y'all's upline above you that we might know?
We come from Deborah Lawson.
Okay.
Would be up a little ways from us, and that might be the name that you would recognize the most. So that's where we're a downline from.
Very cool. I love Miss Deborah. She'll be on with us later today. Now, if you had one really great tip to give to a new ambassador, what would that be?
Ooh.
Okay, maybe two.
Okay. I think being passionate, believing in our product is very important. I find that a lot of people, join and think this is just going to happen for them. It's just going to fall in their lap. And this is not a get-rich-quick kind of thing. It's really not. And although I can tell you that what has happened to me in the last 15 months, there is nowhere you could go and begin a career and excel this quickly doing any other business. But I'm not going to tell you that it has not come with some work, lots of work. There's been lots of hours. There's been lots of determination. There's been ups and downs. There's been weeks that I think, man, they're falling off, or, what am I going to do to keep this thing moving? Then there's been weeks that it's surpassed our greatest expectation. And so I think if people can understand becoming a product of the product and loving this product is so important. And once you have a passion for what you're doing, this is not a sales job. I'm not a salesperson, never have been. I don't like confrontation, and in my opinion, if you're a salesperson, you're going to encounter a lot of confrontation. I'm a very passive kind of person. However, when I'm passionate about something, then I can bring that to the table. So if I believe in something, it's very easy for me to tell somebody about it, to share this product with them. And so I think falling in love with the product and knowing and understanding. I got a beautiful post this morning on my timeline from a fairly new ambassador, and it was just, I woke up to that. I picked up my phone and there it was, and I thought, that's what this is all about, changing people's lives. She's a cancer survivor. She's been dealing with a chronic cough for over a year, and she said after a month of being on our products, she's not coughing anymore. What is that? Comments like that. So becoming a product of our product, believing in the product, and then sharing that, and being consistent. Don't be in one day and out the next. But let's get on a consistent roll. This is what we're doing. This is what we believe in, and this is where we're headed. And so if it's a bad day, I still believe in it. If it's a good day, I still believe in it. So in the good and the bad, be passionate about what you're doing. Be consistent. Don't talk about it today and lay it down for 2 weeks, because you're not going to, if statistics are true and people need to see something, 6 to 16 times before it catches their attention. So if you're just telling somebody today and then you're hushed for the next 2 or 3 weeks, you're going to be slow going. You know what I mean? So let's get consistent. Believe in what you're doing. Get consistent with what you're doing. Be persistent. Take the good. Take the bad. Understand that there's nothing that you would do, no career that you would take or choose, that does not come with good and bad. There are ups and downs in anything that you would decide to do. And this is no different. So learn to deal with it and flow with it, and look where you're going to be in just a couple of years from now.
Absolutely. Now, I know that your faith is a large part of your life. Do you feel like this was something that God led you to?
Absolutely. Absolutely. My dad is actually a pastor of a church in our little town. He started our church 36 years ago. And so when we came to this little town, I was just a little toddler. And so I've been in this town all of my life, except for a couple of years that I went away to college. And so this is all that we know. And my dad has often said during this last year or so that he definitely feels like Plexus has been a godsend to our family, as well as many in our church family who are benefiting from the products as well as the business. It's just been a blessing financially. We're able to be a better blessing to our church and to our things that we're involved in. That's a wonderful feeling when someone's in need or the church is in need and we're wanting to help somebody, to be able to freely do that and not feel a financial cramp and not be able to do that when you want to. That's just and so yeah, I do. And I participated in the opportunity call in July of last year, and I used a scripture on that call, and wow, I had a lot of response from that, and I didn't think to get it up today, but something like the scripture says that promotion comes not from the north or the east, west, whatever, northwest, south, but it comes from the one that's on high. And so I've just often said I feel like when I've partnered with him, the one that's in control of promotion, that he has just put his stamp of approval on this opportunity. I feel like the products are God-given, if you ask me. And so I do feel like that my faith in him has allowed this to be everything that it is today. And I'm very grateful for our executives who have presented this opportunity to us, but I do give credit to God for leading us to this place. So
I agree with you 100%. We are the same. We feel the same here, too, that it was definitely something that we were led to.
right.
Not so, because I had seen it before, you know, on Facebook. Lord knows we see everything on Facebook, right?
Right.
And I had seen it by other friends, and it just came back around at the right time for me.
Right.
And it's just really one of those cool things to see that happen.
Awesome.
So anyway, Miss Stephanie, now tell me, you've told us a little bit about your success, 20 pounds, and I love the fact that you could get back in your wedding dress. That was one of the first things I saw a picture of you. I was like, that is so cool.
Yeah, that was, you know, I've knocked that wedding dress around for several years thinking, why do I keep hanging on to this? Maybe I should just put it out, get a few $100s for it or whatever. And but to tell you that was in November of 2012 that I thought, you know what, I want to try that. So I got it out and put it on, and I have well then I guess a 12-year-old and a, I don't know, 8 or 9-year-old, and they really got a real kick out of that their mom was in their wedding dress and in my wedding dress. And so yeah, so the 20 pounds allowed me to get back in that, and that was pretty exciting. So that's what you told me, Lyndalyn, that you had seen my picture somewhere in that. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, that was my first exposure to you as far as seeing a picture. And I just thought that was very cool because to get back into my wedding dress would be a miracle in itself. So that would be super fun. Well, you guys, now you have, of course, a large contingency there in Texas. How far spread are you? Are you worldwide? Do you have ambassadors outside of the States?
Oh, absolutely. Well, no, outside of the States, no, I can't say that I do yet. We're going to. But we're spread out pretty good all over. I mean, I didn't make notes. Ohio, Illinois, Kentucky, Florida, Mississippi, Alabama. I'm probably not. I'm sure California. I mean, there's no way to know, but it's pretty vast. You know, Ted and Angie are definitely rock stars on my team, and they're from Illinois, and so a lot of their team is coming out of Illinois, and so it's pretty spread out. So
that's pretty cool. That is very cool. And that's one thing with our company. We are not restricted by regions or districts. We can, you know, sell, recruit, whatever, all over, and we're not restricted by that. So I think that that's another cool point that our company has done, so that you're not restricted there.
Yeah, that's great.
I am looking through your bio that I asked you to send me the other day, and I'm running out of things to say. I think my brain is tired already. Now, what else do you use besides the Slim and Accelerator, or do you even use the Accelerator anymore?
I do. Not maybe as consistently or every day that I did when I was actually pursuing the weight loss. So kind of sporadic or off and on for that. But I do faithfully every day my Slim, Pro Bio 5, Bio Cleanse, and X Factor. Thankfully, I don't suffer with any kind of pain yet. I think I still fall in that too young, I hope. Although there are a lot of young people experiencing pain, if you talk to many at all, it's a very sad situation, and yes. So don't prejudge. Alfred just told us that you could be talking. I have friends who are 16, 21. I'm thinking of 2 off the top of my head are in chronic pain every day. It's very sad. So don't ever prejudge that. But thankfully, I'm not in that kind of a situation. So I've only used the Fast Relief Cream a couple of times just for a stiff neck, or I've used it for headache and found that it really knocks that, so that I don't have to take, your standard Tylenol or Advil or whatever. It tends to relieve a headache for me. But I have not had to be on the pain or fast relief products. But everything else I love. I don't want to go a day without them. I feel the benefits of all of them. So
very good. Now, what about your husband? Did he lose any weight with the Plexus?
He has. He is just a slim drinker, and he does take X Factor. He's a believer in the X Factor. That is his probably his favorite. And so he has lost. He's here somewhere. I think he's at 15 pounds or so. So he's done really well.
That's one product we haven't talked very much about today so far is our X Factor, which is our multivitamin. It has aloe in it, which helps with absorption. So I noticed when I first started taking it an increase in my weight loss again, because I seem to be absorbing the Slim more, as well as all of the vitamins and nutrients that are in it. So you guys, if you're interested in that, amped up multivitamin, get with whoever invited you here and ask them questions about it. They can give you a little more information on that. Well, Miss Stephanie, I appreciate you being with us today. I think we are going to take a couple of minutes and do a quick break. I need a little break here. So I appreciate you joining us and giving up a little bit of your Saturday.
Thank you.
And hopefully you'll be able to watch a little more during the day and tell everybody over there in Texas that we said hey. And appreciate all your time. Thanks so much.
Thank you for having us. We appreciate it.
All right, bye-bye. Okay, so that was Miss Stephanie Huffman, a Diamond Ambassador with our company. And we are going to try to take a 5-minute quick break here. But before I do, let me go ahead and read the disclaimer so you guys remember again that we are not trying to promote anything. The Plexus Virtual Summit is brought to you by independent Plexus ambassadors and not sponsored by Plexus Worldwide. The Plexus Virtual Summit, independent ambassadors, and Plexus Worldwide do not claim to cure, treat, or prevent any diseases and take no responsibility for personal actions taken after the summit. Always consult with your doctor before beginning any diet or exercise program. Most participants in the summit are not medical personnel, and those who are do not know your medical history. Please consult your physician if there are any concerns prior to and during your Plexus journey. All inspirational testimonies, posts, and tips should not be considered medical advice and are not representative of Plexus Worldwide. They are tips, inspiration, and motivation provided to you based solely on the personal results of or opinion of the individual speakers or people making posts.